Go for it.
Friggin' what up, dude? Strider Wilson, and I'm the host of this podcast that's mine, going to be called History is Dank. History is Dank with Strider Wilson. Dankness from the heart.
Friggin' what up, dude? Welcome back to History is Dank. Dude, this pod's going to be too sick today, dude. We're too close for missiles. We're switching to guns today, baby. We got Aaron beasting it on the sticks as per usual, dude. What up, Aaron, dude?
What up?
Dude, just freaking post it up right now, dude. So freaking stoked, dude. Fiance's and I's anniversary last night was sick, dude. Went out for a nice ass dinner, dude. Legit meal, dude. Gotta like that, dude. Then, dude, she went to bed. And I went TPing solo, dude. Had to treat myself, dude. Couldn't sleep, dude. I had a few adult bevies. I was like, I'm restless. I'm not getting optimal sleep right now, dude. So I was like, what will make me tired and get me fired up, dude? Capturing that sort of heist energy of a TP. Now, don't get me wrong, dude. I missed my crew. I was by myself. Wish I had my boys Chad and JT with me, dude. Maybe even Maurice just sitting in the car with a decaf being like, let's go. Being the getaway driver, dude. Sort of creating that heist by TPing. And thing is, I recently visited my mom, and still has her COVID supply of TP. She basically had in her garage, dude, so I had to raid that, which felt sick. I boosted some of her TP. She basically she's a 2-car garage. She has an entire car of toilet paper on one side of the garage. It's like basically, I would say it's a crossover SUV of TP. This is a Subaru Forester of toilet paper, dude. So I think I jacked like a car door worth of TP and cruised out, and I didn't really have a target, so it could have been a guy who's having a bad day. I tried to find a nice house, so I was punching up, also more to TP in that regard, so super sick, dude. Just felt nice, like pulling something off like that, a job, taking a job, going out there and doing it. And, also, I'm a little serial killer. I like to go by in the morning and see if they cleaned it up, dude. They did. They cleaned it up early, dude. So, and maybe they bond, dude. Maybe he meets his next door neighbor. I like to think it could be benevolent TPing. Maybe he meets a lady next door who's walking her dog, and she's like, hey, let me lend you a hand. And then before we know it, they're celebrating an anniversary. And then he's going solo TPing. So that's sort of this beauty that I'm trying to spread, dude, by spreading freaking, I didn't get crazy. Didn't do any eggs. Aaron, do you ever go TPing as an adult, dude?
Can't say that I have.
Things are going well for you, dude. If you're not TPing as an adult, your life's probably going right. If you're not wearing a backpack as an adult, dude, your life is correct. I got to switch it up to a briefcase, dude. If you have a cast on as an adult, dude, I mean, what are you doing? You slipped, fell at an awkward angle. Get it together, dude. Now, here's the thing. Sometimes things will jump up on you, and it's not your fault, and I get that, but I'm still going to make fun of that adult who's injured. Figure it out, dude. Stretch, dude. It's not fun to stretch, but I'm doing it. Doing it, dude. It's why young people decide what's cool, Like, I don't know. Spiking your hair was sick. That's cool. You don't see adults. If an adult spikes their hair, sad. Adult bleaches his hair, sad. Kids do that, pretty sick. Although, you know what I would do if I was a doctor, Aaron, and some adults came in and they had an injury, say a broken wrist or whatever from, sending too many emails or something. And what I would do is I would give them a pre-signed cast with names like sick ass dudes on there, like with lies. There would be lies on there too, like, hey, next time catch less air, Bart, or, oh, dude, that other guy's face, he's never going to recover. Good punch. Jake, I'm the guy whose face, I respect your punch so much I still want to be your friend and sign your cast. Then that's cool. All I'm saying, dude, that's a good-ass business idea, bro. What do you think, Aaron? Is that a sick-ass business? Lies, cool lies on adult casts? I think it's a smart call, dude.
Either that or adult yearbooks.
Yeah, yearbook.
where you can write lies in it.
Yep. Good makeouts. Good makeouts. Rachel, Christine, Christy. Dude, if you get Christy to sign that, dude, legit, dude. Legit, dude. Dude, so my point here today is, as we transition into our topic, is, it's tough to do sick stuff as an adult. You know what I mean, dude? You punch in, you go to work, dude. You cruise out. Maybe you do something you love, and then good for you, and then you don't work a day in your life, and that's tight, dude. Go home, you and your freaking the one that you love, your sicko, blah, 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 each other, watch a little TV and call it a night. So that's tight. But it's not sick. It's not something that other people are interested in. If you're sitting at work talking about the water cooler, yeah, well, I saw you at work yesterday. And then I went home. I had some casserole. It was a very tasty casserole, leftover actually. Funny enough, better the next day. I think the ingredients really come together. And then blah, 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 Diane, my wife. Oh, very nice. How is Diane? Good, good. She still have that bunion? No, the bunions are gone. So we were able to blah, 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 standing. And then and now I'm back. Nice. Nothing wrong with that life. It's not sick. Here's the thing, Aaron. It's not a movie, as the young kids say. That shit ain't a movie, bro. And we want this shit to be a movie. You know what I'm saying, bro? So what you can do as an adult is pull off a heist. And today, we're talking about the biggest heist in U.S. history, pulled off by some adults, dude. And this is some fire stuff here, dude. The Denisio crew, bro. Okay? The Youngstown gang, dude. They got 2 names, bro. These guys, these friends got together, dude, and they pulled off a heist, and it's so legit, and it goes all the way up to the president's office. And guess where it takes place, bro? My hometown. Well, kind of right next door, actually. I'm from San Juan. This takes place in Laguna Niguel. So this is going to be a sick-ass heists episode. I'm fired up on that, dude. So buckle up, bro. And while you do buckle up, real quick, I got to thank our sponsor, Dadgrass, dude. Dadgrass is reviving the pleasure of the casual toke so you can chill without the stress, dude. It's that glass of wine, not the whole bottle, baby. Dadgrass does it right now, And right now, Dadgrass is offering our listeners 20% off your first order when you go to dadgrass.com/dank. Go to dadgrass.com/dank for 20% off your first order. That's dadgrass.com/dank. And look, protecting your online activity is important, dude. And you got to get on it today with the #1 rated VPN by Business Insider. That's ExpressVPN, okay? Visit our exclusive link, expressvpn.com/dank, and you can get 3 months free on a 1-year package. That's 3 extra months free on a 1-year package. And that's expressvpn.com/dank, expressvpn.com/dank, expressvpn.com/dank. All right, dude. I'm fired up on this heist, bro. I don't even think you know how fired up on this heist I am. We're going to travel back in time, as we often do on this history podcast. United California bank robbery is what this is dubbed. Took place March 24th, 1972, dude. We're in the month of March right now. Month of March. Oh my gosh, dude. Month of March right now, dude. A little tongue-tied right there, dude. Got too it was the anniversary last night, but I'm a little tired, you know what I'm saying? Look out, dude. They heisted, Aaron. Guess what this was in 1972, bro. So you can imagine with inflation today. Guess what they heisted, dude? How much dough? Out of a bank vault.
Probably $2 million.
Aaron, my friend, that doesn't even send any blood to my dong.
I'm sure it wouldn't.
30 mil.
Wow.
30 mil.
In one bank.
One bank. And here's the thing. This is where it gets interesting. Who does this money belong to? Fucking Nixon, bro.
What?
Slick Dick.
Tricky Dick.
Tricky Dick, yep. Slick Dick. Maybe that's Bill Clinton.
Slick Willie. Yeah.
Slick Willie, dude. Slick Dick, Tricky Dick, Slick Dick. That'd be the best presidential name, dude. Slick Dick. Oh, man. So, how do they know it's there? We're going to get into all that. Salacious, dude. It's interesting, bro. But first and foremost, what you got to know, this took place. They raided these hidden safety deposit boxes in a small bank called United California on the corner of PCH, Pacific Coast Highway, maybe you heard of it, Highway 1, and Crown Valley Parkway. Dude, going to high school, I drive Crown Valley Parkway every day. Dude, I know exactly where this intersection is. It's so sick. Dude, I used to post up at a Chevron station there, get some G-Raids before playing beach volleyball with the boys at Salt Creek. Dude, me and Brooks, dude, just blasting some Modest Mouse, bro. Just blasting Modest Mouse, bro. Sipping on fierce-smelling G-Raids, dude. Just cruising down to the beach, bro. So sick. Honestly, I thought it was the sickest thing that could ever happen there until I found out the heist happened there 30 years prior. Even more, dude. We're coming up on 72, 50 years now, but back in high school, 40-ish, 30-ish, 5 years or something like that. Anyway, dude, never mind the math, bro. Don't worry about that, dude. Only number you need to know is 30 mil, bro. So, March 24th, 1972, you got this crew, which is a sick rhyme by me right there. Emil and James Dincio, dude. Dincio. D-I-N-S-I-O. They're pro criminals. That's what these guys do. That's cool. If you get hurt as an adult and one of these Dincio bros has a cast on, they don't even need lies. Oh, got this lifting too much money. Got this because a vault fell on my freaking leg, dude. What? Yeah. It's pulling off a heist, huh? That's tight. So, love this. These guys are kind of bad uncles, though. They get their nephews involved. They're like, look, we're jacking 30 mil. We're going to need some bodies in here. And two associates, dude. We'll get into who these associates are, bro. Okay? So these are the Dincio crew generally consist of Emil and James, two bros, and then the nephews. Okay? And they cruise out. But this is such a big job. They also they get these associates. They get their brother-in-law. I love that this is a family matter. Charles Mulligan, dude. Maybe this guy needs a mulligan on life. Maybe he was just, posted up, just being a hamster in a necktie, just going in there selling people life insurance or something. Nothing wrong with that. People need it. But, he's like, look, I just need a rush, dude. So I need something to talk about at the dinner table. Let's do this, dude. And then they get Harry, and Ronald Barber. Those are the nephews. And Cleveland super thief. Listen to this, bro. Cleveland super thief Phil Christopher, an alarm expert from Collinwood. He's in the crew too. Also, another Clevelander, Charles Brokel. I like that he's got the word bro in his name, Brokel. These guys, they got skills, so they're in the crew. Brokel's the getaway driver. Christopher is the alarms expert, and really they don't need him because I'll tell you what they do to the alarm. It's actually kind of sick. Shaka, what up, dude? But they are in the crew because someone makes them join the crew. In fact, where they get their information, you're going, how the hell do they know there's 30 mil in this bank? Where's that information coming from? Well, let's get into that, bro. In a sleepy little town in Laguna Niguel, California, which also... Slick Dick, who is how I am going to refer to Richard Nixon for the remainder of this podcast, dude. You heard it here first, dude. Slick Dick Nixon, he had a sick-ass crib in San Clemente. So Laguna Niguel, we're operating SoCal here, dude. It's just south of it's Dana Point, which has the harbor, small little town. Just north of it's Laguna Beach. You probably heard of it, dude, from, the show. And then... a little inland, Laguna Niguel, Laguna Woods. And in the 70s, I mean, this is like, nowadays you go down there, like, it's populous, but it by no means is this LA. Like, it's very much has the vibe of a suburban town nowadays. But in the 70s, dude, in that little stretch of PCH, there's a little beach below there called Monarch, dude. And that's a very quiet-ass neighborhood. I don't even think there was houses there. And if there was probably only a few. The main hotel in Salt Creek wasn't even built to the 80s. So very much when they're pulling off this heist, this is a small little beach town, dude. And it sits right up on the cliffs above PCH. So you got to know what you're doing, dude, because you can't escape on a boat, or maybe you can pull some parachutes, pull some sick ass. Fuck, man, how am I blanking on the name of that Point Break stuff, dude? Parachute down to a boat and get away. Utah, make it two. Maybe the best line from that entire movie, dude. 2. Also the best name of any guy, War Child. The only thing this story's missing is there aren't nicknames for these guys.
Oh,
But
I'm sure they had nicknames.
They probably did have. Probably did have sick ass nicknames for each other. The Cracker, the guy who opens the safe, dude. Wheelman. It's like everybody's getaway driver. Maybe just Wheels. Charles Mulligan. Schmall.
Golf.
Yes. So these guys are pro criminals, like I said. They've robbed 30 banks, carefully crafting the plan for each job, delicately executing it every time. And here's the thing. We're saying bank robbers here, and that's actually a misnomer. They are actually bank burglars. Because Emil, he's the leader of the crew, Dincio, he doesn't want to point guns at people. He wants a clean job, which is also, and here's the thing, I should mention this now. I probably should have mentioned it earlier. This is a crime. We don't want to celebrate these things, but it's pretty sick. No one gets hurt, and the money that they're stealing belongs to Slick Dick. So it's kind of a perfect crime. And if they steal the money that, and we'll get into it in a little bit, he shouldn't really have in the first place, it's a perfect crime because it's going to go unreported. So this is great stuff, but he has that inside knowledge. And every heist that is sexy involves inside job, okay? It involves a sick-ass crew of dudes who are probably all good at boning. It involves airplanes, hotels, another sexy thing, and a mastermind behind it all. So this has it all. This is, for all intents and purposes, a movie. And actually, they did make a movie out of it called Finding Steve McQueen, which came out in 2019. Never saw it, but I am going to watch it after doing the research on this, because it's a great story. So, but my point is, this crew here, the Dincio crew or the Youngstown crew, they are not robbers. They are burglars. For robbery, it's done with people there. There's armed robbery, then there is unarmed robbery, but there's the threat of violence. Is a distinction. This is burglary.
This is overnight.
Absolutely. Yeah. Every time it's done overnight.
After hours.
Correct. Bank's closed, baby. Yeah. And he's smart, and they do it on a Friday, bro. Ooh. So they got time to clear out that motherfucking vault, knowing no one's going to be back till Monday.
Yeah.
So he says to himself, why do you keep robbing banks? Someone asks him that, even though they should say burglarizing. But still, he goes, it was the thrill of the money and just doing it, knowing it sitting there. It was so easy. You wouldn't even believe how easy it was. Now, I give him this voice. He's from Cleveland. And people from Cleveland don't sound like this, but dudes who heist, they're all from fucking New York or Philly. They all are from there. And they all talks like this and put S's on words that shouldn't. They say the word use. Stuff like that. So, this heist, bro. They cruise out. They fly out to California. I would just drive, but they fly out using their real names. Maybe not to add any other risk. And the plan's so tight that they're going, look, we can use our names. It's going to be sick. Maybe that's a little bit of hubris. I don't know.
What year was this?
72.
Oh, yeah, you didn't have to use your real name.
You didn't have to, right?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. You
Mickey
can make
Mouse.
anything up. They kind of do stupid shit in this. Like, there's a few things that are pretty stupid, which is always what happens. You get a little too greedy, you know what I'm saying? So just a little bit on the actual job here, and then we'll break it down a little bit. They fly out there. They rent a nice little townhouse. It's maybe something I would have TP'd. I think actually what I TP'd was a duplex. I think I maybe TP'd 2 people last night, to be honest. I think it was a duplex, so I got multi-families. I really fucking went to town, dude. Scylla just sitting back there, 3-step dropping and launching rolls into freaking cypress trees. So sick, dude. So, which is tough to hit a cypress tree. It generally just goes straight up. You really want to get yourself a sycamore or something like that. Maybe a freaking magnolia. Anyway, dude. Maybe that's too big for a yard, though. Anyway, dude. Enough about my lame TP story trying to be cool. Let's talk about these friggin' actual heisters, dude. They're posting up in a townhouse, chilling, dude. Sort of their base. It's their base. They're having a sleepover. Another cool thing that adults don't do very often anymore is having a sleepover. A sleepover is a problem. Maybe I should talk about this. If you're an adult and you like sleeping over, things are wrong in your life. Like what, you know what I mean? Like when you're a kid, you're so fired up. Oh, we're going to spend the night, dude. Stay up late, watch movies. Now it's like you've hung out with your adult and you're like, no, I will go back to my life. I will brush my teeth and sleep. Which is sad. But it's somehow sadder if you want to just keep hanging out.
Yeah.
What is that? Why is that? If you're like, oh no, dude, I think it's because people have families.
Yeah.
You're like, oh dude, no, I'll just wait for you to tuck in your kids. It's cool. I'll just have a beer while you do that. And then we're going to finish watching Lethal Weapon again. Dude, we love watching Lethal Weapon. Remember that? Yeah, I know, but I've got work in the morning. Dude, whatever. Let's just stay up late. Talk. What do you mean, dude? I don't want to talk. I've got meetings tomorrow. And I have to go to the dentist and get a root canal. Let's talk about that. I don't know. You can't hang out too much when you're an adult. Sucks, bro. Something that needs to be fixed, dude. Adults should have sleepovers. But also we got bad backs. You can't be sleeping on the ground. Like I do need a bed or a good ass couch. It's brutal, bro. Father time, dude. I don't know, man. I don't know why I'm thinking about that recently, but I am, dude. Adults can't even have sleepovers anymore. Can't even want to have a sleepover. Damn, dude. So these guys post up. They go to the townhouse. They go to the bank on a Friday night. They get in there. I'm going to break down how they do in a little bit because that's nice. They get away. So they get out. This is a clean job. The Dencio crew, they fucking planned it perfectly. They did everything right. They fucking keep, their plan is to keep a low profile after this heist. They cruise, but they jacked, like I said, Slick Dick Nixon's money. So typically, and the FBI exists at this point, typically for an FBI manhunt after a heist, they would put on 4 or 5 agents on the case. 5 agents, something like that.
Nixon's in office at this time.
Nixon is in office.
So it's going to be a lot more agents.
125.
Jesus.
125 agents. He goes, fucking find these guys. And here's the best part, and we'll get into how these morons get caught. They first of all get caught because they're greedy, and then they pull off another fucking heist when they're back after stealing $30 million. So you know it's not about the money. Yeah. They have all the money they need. They're good. And he's like, dude, I got to do another fucking heist, bro. I'm getting bored over here, dude. I'm buying I imagine he's just buying Hawaiian shirts, dude, and wearing them completely unbuttoned even in the winter. And he's like, dude, look, bro, which is not clipping a low profile in Cleveland. People are like, who is this guy? You just look like you do heists, dude. And he's like, yeah. And he has to go do another one. And it's stupid because then that kind of, they're able to like match up a fingerprint from there to a fingerprint that they left on a dishwasher, which is a new technology at the time. And they fucking scrub down the house, you know, using like, you know, lime juice or whatever acidic shit they use, some smart ass liquid to scrub the house down. But they forget the dishwasher because it's like in the inside of a dishwasher. They forget that part. Also, it's like, wouldn't you think it cleans itself? In their defense, that's all I'm saying. It's forgivable for them to forget a fingerprint on the dishwasher. Now, if it's the button you press, that's stupid. But they didn't forget that. It was inside the dishwasher. But it is on them that they pulled off this other heist after stealing 30 mil. You're good.
30 million
split
72 is worth $216 million today.
Aaron, thank you for doing that conversion. Yeah, and you're splitting that between 2 brothers, 2 nephews, the Schmoll brother-in-law, and the 2 guys. So that's like 7 dudes. You're good. It's 5 mil a piece. No, it's a little less than that. 4. It's 35 mil. But anyway, you're fucking good, bro. So they get away with it for all intents and purposes. But here's the thing. We know it's them. Spoiler alert, of course they get caught. Otherwise, we wouldn't know who did it. So there's 125 agents out there looking for these bros, dude. Let's get into how did they know the dough was there. This is pretty salacious. So the getaway driver, this guy what did I say, Broke or whatever. He's the guy who gets added to the thing. He does some interviews. He gets paid off by an agent to give a tip. Also, there's a taxi driver. You know, the FBI agents, they're like, how do they find this taxi driver? Like, that's part of their job. You have 125 agents. Let's talk to every fucking cab driver. It's a small town. There's probably only a few. Let's go talk to these guys. So they found out Emil Dincio, he's a pro criminal. He's a heist guy. He fucking robs banks. Jimmy Hoffa comes into the picture here. He's in jail at this time. Jimmy Hoffa, if you haven't heard of him, which I hadn't until watching The Irishman, he's the head of the Teamsters Union. What's the name of that union? It's
the Teamsters Union.
Yeah, it's just the Teamsters. The most powerful. He's one of the most powerful people in the country. Like, this is, and Richard Nixon hates unions. He's a Republican guy. He's for the businesses and all that stuff. And Dincio, he fucking hates Richard Nixon because he's out there. Look, he's a criminal. He probably hates all authority. He doesn't care what president's there. But there's an interview where he's like, yeah. And I was like, fuck the president. Like, I would love to steal his money. And he goes, also, it made sense because what I said earlier, who's going to report money that shouldn't be there? Because there was a Federal Election Campaign Act of 1971. So this act was passed in 71 saying, and before that, presidents could accept money from lobbyists willy-nilly. You want to give me money? I'll take the fucking money. It was no problem. Finally, in 71, the government's like, look, obviously this is a conflict of interest here. The president's supposed to have like the party's interests and the people's interests in mind, not like, for an example, Lockheed Martin's interest in mind, who could then just give them a ton of fucking money. So, or corporations, right? So Federal Election Campaign Act of 71 limits that. Now here's the thing. Slick Dick Nixon was still taking fucking money. And Jimmy Hoffa, who typically, he's a Teamster, he always gives $3 million every single year of Teamster money and mob money to the Democratic guy. But then Hoffa strikes a deal with Nixon, and Nixon famously pardons Hoffa. But he also keeps him. He goes, I'll pardon you. I'll get you out of jail, but you can't fucking do any union shit, dude. After that, you're not in charge of your union anymore for 8 years. Hoffa don't like that. That's his power. You've seen Pacino talk about it. That's his union. So he doesn't like that. To get back at Nixon, he goes, well, fuck that. Okay, you pardoned me, but now that I'm out, thank you very much. I'm going to go ahead and steal your money. And I know that it's where your money is because $3 million of it is mine. And I know where he keeps it. He keeps it in this bank in Laguna Niguel, California, close to his sick-ass house in fucking San Clemente. What up, dude? A's Burgers, probably. I hope this heist crew cruised by A's Burger, or definitely In-N-Out. A's might not have been around, but In-N-Out was around. I like to imagine these guys, the night before the heist, how they're always like doing last-minute plans, just crushing burgers, dude, just crushing double doubles, making that plan with pink lemonades. Oh, that'd be so sick, dude. Anyway, Hoffa said he got this money from extorting dairy farmers in exchange for raising the price of milk. Love that, dude. So this is dirty money through and through, which is also why we kind of like this heist. It's not like they're stealing from the working man here. So Nixon keeps taking, and Nixon's always had a bad trait. Like obviously he was Watergate, Slick Dick. He one time in law school, I think he went to Harvard Law, he was worried about his grades and he fucking snuck into the dean's office to find out like where he stood in the class. And then and then of course it's glorified like he was ranked number 1, but he was worried, so he snuck in. So Slick Dick, he's Slick Dick Slick, baby. You know what I'm saying? So they get this info from Jimmy Hoffa, which is amazing. So this, Aaron, is a movie, dude. Through and through. He gets the crew together, but then Hoffa makes him put those other 2 guys, his guys, on there. Look, Jimmy gives him the information. He's like, I'm giving you the job. I'm basically handing you the keys. Not really, though, because you got to go crack the safe. But I'm telling you, it's a perfect job. You're going to want to, it's a sleepy beach town. You're going to enjoy the weather. You're going to have a nice time. You're going to crush a double-double. But you got to take my guys with you. They're going to need to be involved. One of them's an alarms guy, so it's not just some guy. And the other one's the driver, so you can't fuck me. You don't fuck me. So it's freaking badass, dude. International Brotherhood of Teamsters is, I think, the full name of Hoffa's union. So they're fired up, dude. There is a movie on this, dude, William Fichtner, of course, is in this movie, Aaron. I mean, come on, bro. You trying to do a movie without William Fichtner? Get out of here, dude. He plays Emil Dincio. Pretty badass. They change a lot of the names in the movie. I'm excited to check it out. It's based on a book Emil wrote himself called Inside the Vault. And he says he's responsible for 30 heists nationwide between 1950 and 1960. So pretty badass. But let's get into these guys getting caught, and then let's talk about how they actually got into the safe, because it's pretty freaking badass, dude. But before we do that, have you ever just been too damn high? We've all been there, dude. I've been there, bro. I said it and I'll say it again. Watching Into the Blue with Paul Walker on repeat. Look, it's a great movie. But I don't want to sit there and think, do all my friends like me while I'm watching that? No. It's tough, dude. Today's weed's powerful, and finding the perfect dose is a very dangerous game. That's why Dadgrass is reviving the pleasure of the casual toke, so you can chill out without the stress, baby. Dude, I got my batch party coming up, and you better believe I got my CBD pre-rolls on the ready, dude. I've got the bag stuffed to the brim, dude, to share them with the boys out there on the G course, dude. So mellow, so relaxing. I'm not even worried about the fact that I'm putting up quadruple bogeys, dude, because I'm out there having a good time, dude, with my friends, dude. And Dadgrass, dude, it's all the great, it's all the pleasure of smoking a nice joint, but without the high dosage THC, which brings me that anxiety and just gets me, I don't like it, dude. And I love that it's 100% organic pre-rolled joints, because it's nice and easy, dude. Low in THC, high in CBD, which is the best, dude. So you can really enjoy the effects of that cannabis, but while keeping a clear head. That's my favorite part. Also, dude, I love this, dude. All Dadgrass products are federally legal for ages 18 and over, and it ships right to your door anywhere in the U.S., dude. So whether you're looking for a new buzz or a chill way to enjoy an old favorite, Dadgrass will leave you in a euphoric mood. Right now, Dadgrass is offering our listeners 20% off your first order when you go to dadgrass.com/dank. Go to dadgrass.com/dank for 20% off your first order. That's dadgrass.com/dank. Now look, I know most of you are probably thinking, why don't you just use incognito mode when you're on the internet? Well, let me tell you something, bro. Incognito mode does not hide your activity. It doesn't matter what mode you use or how many times you clear your browsing history. Your internet service provider can still see every single website you've ever visited. That's why even when I'm at home, I never go online without using ExpressVPN. Dude, here's the thing. I'm worried when I'm sitting at home, and you can get it on all your devices, your phone, your computer, and everything. Nothing makes me more mad than when I say a product or something like that, then I open my browser, immediately I'm being advertised that product. Dude, no one, it's your privacy, your security, dude. We're buying things online, our information's on there. I do my taxes online, dude. I want to make sure that everything on there is safe, dude. It's important, dude, in this era, dude. Look, dude, data and information, that's more valuable than oil. So protect your info, dude. It's important to do it, and using ExpressVPN helps you do it, dude. And it's available on all your devices, phones, computers, even your smart TV, dude. So it's amazing. There's no excuse not to be using it. Honestly, there's no excuse. It's a smart thing to do it. I love it. Look, you just sign up. It's very easy to do. And once you got it rolling, you're rocking, dude. Now I'm not worried. Now I'm not thinking about it. And no one's going to know if I find that nice little credenza. No one's going to be able to find me looking at that nice little mid-century modern credenza. And then I can surprise my fiance, and no one's going to, take that from me online or figure anything out. My information for me only, dude. So keep your information for you only and share it with whoever you choose to do so, not your providers or anything like that. So protect your online activity today with the VPN rated #1 by Business Insider. Visit our exclusive link, expressvpn.com/dank, and you can get an extra 3 months free on a 1-year package. That's expressvpn.com/dank. expressvpn.com/dank to learn more. All right, dude. These guys get away with it, bro. Aaron, they're cruising around, dude. Mm-hmm. There's 125 agents cruising around on Slick Dick's request. These agents burglarize. Now, I went to Emil's website. It's pretty amazing, dude. And he talks about how his like rights are violated. He's like, look, dude, they cruised in here, and it's tough for me to totally have Emil's back here, dude. I like that he pulls off heists. I love all this stuff, but you got greedy, dude. Why'd you go do a heist when you just stole 30 million, dude? And we got his quote in the beginning. He goes, it's so easy. It's right there for the taking. How could I not? They go in there because they have this fingerprint from this dishwasher, right? And they need to get fingerprints from his house. Now, we've seen this in movies where someone goes out and crushes maybe some, what's the name of it? Skyline chili. He goes out and crushes some Skyline chili, and then they get his fork after he crushes that or something out in the public, which is a little shady, but kind of more legal. The FBI just goes, fuck this dude. We're going to cruise. So in May of 1972, a couple months after this heist, they go into Emil's garage. He says on his website, they burglarize him. They steal stuff. They steal like batteries from his kids' power toys, like flashlights and stuff. And then they plant those because they're like, it kind of makes sense. They plant those in a car that was linked to a heist that these guys did back in Ohio, like morons. And then that's how they're able to catch this guy. So they kind of they do a little bit of, it's a little shady. And that is kind of shady, but you're being shady, dude. And sometimes you got to fight fire with fire. And also, Emil, you didn't set yourself up for success by doing that heist, bro. By doing that second heist. So not smart, dude. Didn't help out, but what's crazy about that is actually it was the fucking getaway driver. So they get this, the FBI gets, I mentioned, this generous tip from a taxi driver, and then the fucking getaway driver they give him a deal to go in and testify against everyone. It's classic cop movie stuff, Then he's testifying because he doesn't really know him. And that's why Dincio's smart, because he goes with his boys, dude. With his crew. His freaking brother. His nephews. The Schmoll brother-in-law. You can cruise too, dude, all right? I mean, it's cool. You're family, but you can cruise. We know you. But then you get these other two guys. The alarms expert and then the driver. Guess what? Those are the guys that end up flipping on you. And here's the thing. It's all greed. Greed, that's what happens with these guys who take these jobs. In the end, they go for too much. But it's badass, and it's a great story. It's something you could put on a cast. So what's sick, and let's talk about them actually getting into the bank vault, because it's pretty gnarly. What they do is so when they trip the alarms, and they've done this in the past, they would use like foam. And Clark Foam is a famous surfboard factory that's also on Crown Valley, but like maybe 4 or 5 miles inland. It's on that Crown Valley and Oso Parkway. And famously, that went under because the chemicals they were using gave a lot of people sadly working there cancer and stuff, so it went under. But Clark Foam was what was in like every surfboard, the interior of surfboards. These guys use that Clark Foam to spray in between, and this is the 70s. Remember, like when the alarm goes off, it's like actually an exterior. It's like a big alarm that goes like it looks like from a cartoon. So they spray that gap where the little metal thing would hit and make noise, the loud ass noise. So they spray that whole fucking thing with foam. So even though the alarm's going, it's going to go until it ends up breaking, but hitting foam, making no noise. So they trip the alarms. They get in the bank, and this is before major surveillance is everywhere. It's a sleepy town. It's a small bank. They do wear masks that look kind of sick because there are cameras and stuff, but they don't have to worry too much about spraying down cameras or anything. But they do need to get into the vault area. How do they get into the vault? And this is why you're a little tripped out on Hoffa's expert safecracker guy, Charles, whatever the hell his name was, dude. They just blast their way into the vault with 16 sticks of dynamite. Amazing, dude. So that's awesome. Also, I thought about the stories, like, did they travel with dynamite? Like, there's no way. They had to have cruised down to Mexico or have someone drive those dynamite sticks out to California. And this is the mob, so they can get their hands on dynamite. You better believe that. And a little nitroglycerin, no problem. Don't worry about it. What else do you want? A nice, you want a Chianti to go with that? Don't worry about it, huh? I'll get you some dynamite and a friggin' Chianti from the same year. Don't worry about it. So 16 sticks of dynamite. And then Aaron, I mentioned this is a sleepy little town, and it's funny because when I was reading this, I'm like, this makes no sense. So you're going to silence the alarms, but then blow up a fucking 16 sticks of dynamite? Like, if you're worried about people hearing stuff, he said all they did was put sandbags over it to muffle the sound. So they put 16 sticks of dynamite, pack it in next to the vault, tons of sandbags on there to muffle the sound, blow it up, boom. I mean, nowadays there's homes and everything everywhere. People would hear that. But also I thought about this too. What could have covered them, say you do have somebody who wakes up from that. Camp Pendleton's not far away. You know, it's maybe, I don't know, 16 miles. And they do artillery drills all the time and at weird hours. I remember growing up, and dude, it would like rattle my house in San Juan Capistrano from them doing big artillery testing, either from land or sometimes even the battleships off the coast. They would shoot, it's called San Clemente Island. It's like kind of like where Catalina, it's like a couple miles, it's south of Catalina, but a couple miles off the coast of California. By a couple, I mean like probably 20 or something like that. But, dude, you could hear the rumble of the artillery and like literally feel it in your house miles away. So in my mind, I was like, oh, people could confuse it for that and be like, oh, it's just military testing again. So that's kind of sick. So what they do, they blast themselves in. Then with a blowtorch, Dincio, he melts through the vault's rebar reinforcements, and then the crew drops inside, Mission Impossible style. This is so sick. They do this on a Friday night, knowing the bank won't be open until Monday morning, right? They spend 3 nights busting open nearly 500 safe deposit boxes with custom sledgehammers. Like they need it, like, so they could swing them in there so they could still get the weight, but you know, you obviously don't have room to like really bring it down super heavily, but doing like the right amount of damage, hitting it in the right spot to bust open these safety deposit boxes. They know which ones to go for. I think in that first night they secure Nixon's money, but then, like I said, you know, they do end up stealing people's money, but it's all insured, federally insured. But anyway, still, they're stealing. That's not nice. Aaron, I think we should say that in the podcast. It is not nice to steal.
Not nice, not cool.
Even though it's kind of sick to pull off heists with your crew. I like maybe the benevolent heists. You know how they have escape rooms? It'd be sick if you could do like heists. I'd pay to do that. It would keep me from solo TPing at nighttime. They put everything they can find in there. People did say it's $30 million, but people do say it was contested to about $9 to $12 million. But it's put down as 30 mil. But then, you know, you always get people online being like, no, it was actually closer to 9 or 12 million. Which is pretty freaking badass, dude. So I love that they used that Clark foam. I love that they used their some dynamite to get in there. It's always sick, dude. When the FBI plants it on there, it was a 62 Oldsmobile that he was driving that was connected to the crime back in Cleveland, or in Ohio. I don't think it was in Cleveland. Also, they left their getaway car at a dude's residence, not the townhouse, but another guy's residence. They should have just got rid of that car. So they found the car from the heist that they pulled off in Laguna Niguel. That was scrubbed down. It was fine. It was clean, but that was the car that they used because the getaway driver is like, oh yeah, here's the car and stuff. And they have evidence, giving them, you know, tangible evidence, being a schmoll testifying against them, dude. The only thing worse than stealing and pulling off a heist is then you become a schmoll and testify against the dude you pulled the heist with. Unforgivable, bro. That right there, Aaron, is unforgivable, dude. Freaking schmolls. So anyway, dude, I mean, this story has it all. You're stealing the president's dirty money and mob money, and you got mobsters giving you the tip off. It's a guy who, the only way it gets better is if Emil is like, look, I'm done with heists. I don't want to do them anymore, but he very much still loved doing heists. I think his brother was James, though, didn't want to do it. And then he had to like talk James into it. But I mean, it's a sick ass story, dude. And the only way that we can end anything more sick is with a shout out, dude. Remember, dude, StriderWilsonShreds@gmail.com. Questions, comments, suggestions, and shout outs, dude. I've got a fire ass shout out here that I'm pulling up. I took a picture. It was from a DM, so I got to scroll through and find it. Here we go, dude. It's from Paul, dude. He goes, friggin' what up, dude? He goes, I'm writing to give a shout out to a fine young lady that I have been seeing. To give a little context, about a year ago, I moved back to Orange County after living in the Midwest for the last 5 years for part of my time on active duty time in the AF. Love that, dude. Let's go, dude. Air Force, legit. I'm still in now, but almost done. During some time off, traveling in Greece with my best friend, I ran into a girl who I'd known since college from my hometown. We literally ran into each other again in Greece, dude. We immediately hit it off, and as soon as we were both home from our trips, started dating. She's amazing in every way, and I legit have never felt so strongly about a lady before. She rocks, dude. The thing is, she took an awesome job opportunity in NYC and moved with Midwest for the last 5 years for part of my time. Oh, no, this is okay. I wanted to give her... I moved into NYC. I skipped a little part because it's a screenshot. But anyway, he goes, I wanted to give her a heartfelt shout out from the love guru himself because I'm so proud of her for crushing her career and life goals. I know that we will be fine over the distance and that time, and the time that we had at home was beautiful. Much love. Stay stoked, Paul. I love that, dude. So, you know, the lady that he loves took a gig in the Big Apple. You know, he's still active duty, so he's practiced in distance, and you know, dude, can't let anything come between that love, not even a little bit of distance, bro. So I'm fired up for you guys both, and big time shout out, dude. Big time shout out. Maybe he didn't give me her name in this thing, but big time shout out to that dank ass lady, dude. I'm fired up on that, dude. I'm fired up on all sorts of shout outs, dude. I'm fired up on all sorts of shit like that, dude. See if I got any cues real quick before we close this puppy down, dude. What do you say, dude? See here, dude. Strides. My dank-ass wife is gone this week for work, so I got a bachelor pad. All I've been doing is power walking around the house with my dong chucks. Oh my God, spewing nonsense. With my dong chuck, spewing nonsense and eating frozen pizza. It's been pretty tight. Anyway, what are your thoughts on the Gettysburg Address? Gabe. The Gettysburg Address is beautiful, dude. I remember I had to memorize it in middle school, full school, 7 years ago. Yeah, dude, he hammers out, you know, his intent for the war and the lives being sacrificed. I mean, Lincoln's a beast, and the Gettysburg Address is absolutely a very powerful speech, and a short speech, short and powerful. That's what I like about it too. It's to the point, and it makes a great point, saying what we're fighting for matters, and these sacrifices won't be in vain. So hell yeah, dude. And nothing like walking around your house naked, dude. I remember I tried to prank my fiance when we got our dog, saying, how come he's the only one who gets to walk around naked? And then I realized that our blinds haven't been put up yet by our TaskRabbit, and I go, yeah, my neighbors can see directly in here. I got to put on some pants. So just remember, dude, everything has consequence. You might hit your dong on a corner or something like that, you know, and then if you start frying bacon, really, then look out. So fired up, dude. Another fire up. Always fired up on a heist. Stay freaking stoked, Danktorians, dude. Questions, comments, suggestions, you know, StriderWilsonTrace@gmail.com, or you can always DM me. Aaron, you're a freaking beast. Thank you, dude. Let's go TPing, dude. Aaron, let's have a sleepover, dude. Aaron, can I come sleep over with your family, dude? That's also a thing, too, dude. Just saying it like that. Maybe we figured that out on this episode. Hey, dude, you cool if me as an adult male just sleeps where your family's at?
I had a buddy do this recently.
Really? Yeah, that's why it is a big ask, you know. Like,
hard to get him to leave.
Oh, he wanted to stay.
Yeah.
Dude, B. Franklin's got a great quote where he's like, guests are like fish. They go bad after a couple days. All right, dudes. Stay stoked. Aaron, you're a beast. Thank you. Let